What are you
What are you doing?
I'm packing up. What are you doing?
Well, just looking for...
Gabby, what are you doing here? Are the kids okay?
T-Bone, what are you doing here?
Oh, your dad gave me this job.
what are you doing up?
What are you doing up?
What are you doing up so late?
Well, I have a proposition for you.
What are you doing up?
Allie, what are you doing up, sweetie?
Can I sleep in your bedroom?
Oh, Raymond, what are you doing up? What are you doing up?
What are you doing up?
That is 7 days.
Okay, look.
Oh, hey, Lucy. What are you doing up?
What are you doing up?
What are you doing answering my phone to put someone on the spot? Are you free tomorrow at 3? What are you doing tomorrow at 3? What are you up to?
So what are you up to today? Working?
Be a peach and look up a phone number for me.
Karen, what are you up to?
What are you up to? Actually, Stu's company is doing all my advertising.
There's my beautiful wife. What are you up to?
Catherine, what are you up to?
Just visiting a friend.
Liar.
Oh, God, what are you up to now?
Gabby, what are you doing here?
What are you planning on doing? What are you planning on doing? What are you planning on doing?
Plus, what are you planning on doing with the baby while you're trotting out to the garbage 10 times a day?
What are you gonna do? 那这个就是 What are you doing in China? What are you doing with your coat? What are you trying to say? What are you doing?
What are you doing here?
Chandler, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing?
Sound? What are you saying, Charles? That you're having the time of your life?
So what are you saying? You're gonna quit your job?
Hey, what are you rapping?
What are you rapping? What are you reading? What are you watching?
What are you watching?
What are you watching? A movie. Nope.
What are you watching?
Tell her to keep her
What are you
mouth
watching?
shut.
Some old gangster movie.
What are you watching?
The Food Network.
Wait, what are you saying?
What are you saying, Mitchell? That we should pull the plug?
Exactly. What are you thinking?
Great. So what are you thinking?
I figure I'll just come clean.
What are you planning?
So what are you planning on doing with the baby while you're trotting out to the garbage 10 times a day?
What are you talking about? What are you thinking about? What are you whispering about? What are you giggling about? What are you getting at? What are you looking at? What are you laughing at? What are you looking for? What are you playing with? What are you working on? What are you planning on doing? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Mom's party. Where were you guys?
What are you talking about?
You never buy me a present unless I'm mad or about to.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Well, it's not for sure.
Too hot, you know?
What are you talking about?
Sweetie, what are you talking about?
Oh, my new mom.
Thinking about. Thinking about. What are you whispering about? What are you giggling about? What are you getting at? What are you getting at? 这就是说重点。
Kind of hilarious. But there's one thing it's not, Meyer. That's unexpected.
What are you getting at?
Bree? What are you getting at?
How can you be here and there?
Because it's a television show.
Drake, what are you getting at?
You really wanted one. You could have gone anywhere.
What are you getting at?
I think you came back for me.
What are you getting at?
Sheldon, what are you getting at?
That woman looks exactly like the pictures of Princess Panchali in the book.
Just looking at the pictures, huh?
What are you getting at, Charlie?
I think you buy things.
Does your father know Wilson?
I don't think so.
Does Wilson have any other connection to the Bureau?
What are you getting at?
Something's been bugging me since the beginning.
What are you looking at? What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
What are you looking at? You got a problem?
Why are we stopping? What are you looking at?
What are you looking at?
What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
And what are you laughing at? This my keg-sucking boyfriend is stealing from me?
What are you laughing at?
What are you laughing at?
Not self-centered.
For. What are you looking for? What are you looking
What are you looking for?
What are you looking for?
Looking for somebody in your own league?
You really think I'm
I'm looking.
So what are you playing with? So what are you playing with? What are you working on? What are you working on?
I'm sorry, what?
Never mind. What are you working on? Was this Bree's ad stuff?
Oh, God, no. Her agency really whiffed.
What are you working on? A novel.
What are you planning on doing? What are you talking about? What are you thinking about? What are you whispering about? What are you giggling about? What are you getting at? What are you looking at? What are you laughing at? What are you looking for? What are you playing with? What are you working on? What are you planning on doing? 后面可以加任何状态、年龄、职业。
They can take us at 5:15.
What are we, 80?
They can take us at 5:15 or 10:45.
What are we, 20?
What are you taking it out on me for?
You heard what Penny said. I'm not myself anymore. And when I'm not taking it out on the kids, I'm taking advantage of them.
He's mad at the world, and unfortunately, he's taking it out on you.
And the worst part is he's been taking it out on me.
But you cannot take it out on me. We forgot her birthday.
I didn't forget. I gave her a present this morning, so don't take it out on me that you and Dad failed as parents.
So what are you doing something for? So what are you talking about that for? What are you thinking about that for? What are you looking at me for? What are you laughing at me for? What are you getting mad at me for? What are you taking medicine for?
Get mad at me, not the people who just knew about it.
Talking to Vivian.
Right.
Look, I know it's gonna be hard, and she might even get mad at you, but I promise you will be back to doing weird sex stuff.
Hey, don't get mad at us!
Of course we can get mad at the baby.
Hey, that is the...
Hey, don't get mad at us. No one forced you to raise the stakes.
Ugh, I get mad at him, but I think it's a little too soon.
Yes. Yeah, and a fat lot of good it did me. All she did was get mad at you.
Time, what are you mad at me for? You were rude.
What are you being such a wuss for?
Oh, Monica, would you stop being such a wuss? A wuss?
Would you just stop being such a wuss and get those off, and you come with us and watch naked girls dance around?
Stop being such a wuss and dive in.
She gives me the creeps.
Oh, you're such a wuss.
What did you just say to me?
What are you being such a drama queen?
You are such a drama queen.
Why should I? You betrayed this family and you're not even sorry. Don't be such a drama queen.
You're gonna turn your back on me, your own daughter?
Oh, don't be such a drama queen.
You know what? Forget it!
Somewhere. What are you doing here? What are you doing out here? What are you doing over here? What are you doing in here? So what are you doing there? What are you doing out there? What are you doing over there? 我说, what are you doing in China? What are you doing in New York? What are you doing at the airport? What are you doing on the subway? In New York, at the airport, on the subway. What are you doing in the car? What are you doing on the bus? What are you doing in an hour? What are you doing in 2 hours? What are you doing tonight? What are you doing tonight at 8? What are you doing in July? What are you doing on Wednesday? Early and late. What are you doing in early July? What are you doing in mid-July? What are you doing next year? What are you doing calling him? What are you doing eating my food? What are you doing answering my phone? What are you doing going through my bag? What are you doing talking to her? What are you doing eating leftovers? What are you doing standing there? What are you doing going through my stuff? What are you doing asking for her weight? What are you doing sitting there? What are you gonna do? Going to 呢是一个将来时的 going to 发成 gonna. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna watch? What are you gonna listen to? What are you gonna get? What are you gonna talk about? What are you gonna write? What are you gonna eat? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to write? What are you trying to fix? What are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to find? What are you trying to build?